guys, how's it going? It's Al, week 5 on DraftKings, and I'm going to talk about my top running backs for the week. 5-box running backs in particular. This is not the top 5 running backs with salary included and everything else. These are the running backs that I feel are in the best position to have a week over their fantasy expectation on the week. Some at salary, some not. We are going to focus on the 5 boxes, that being running backs that are playing at home, running backs that are favored, have an expectation of 20 plus touches or opportunities on the week, get inside the 5 carries, and have all that sweet usage in their team's passing attack. It's extremely important, and it's something that we need to focus on. If you're looking for the recap video, that exists on the Al Smizzle Fantasy Football page. You can go to smizzle.tv/FF. Every Monday, I put up a recap of all the content that I went over from the last week and see where I was right, where I was wrong, where I got lucky, where I got unlucky, as well as going over my tournament lineups, the Smiz Gang Listener League top 10 winners from that, the cage match results. All of that exists there. Go to smizzle.tv/FF if you're interested in that. And I come out with like 5 other videos during the week on that channel as well. So there's plenty of content there for you to ingest if you have more time to watch more content. But here's the top 5 running backs on the week. Let's go.
He's a legend.
The week 5 Smiz Gang Listener League, they bumped up the amount of seats in this one. It's been 4,500 the last 2 weeks. It's 5,500 now. It's still just $10 to enter. It's still 3 max on lineups, but all $55,000 in the prize pool is going to be paid out to you with absolutely no rake. The best tournament that exists on DraftKings. Go to smizzle.tv/links and it will take you right there to the link tree, and that's how you get in the listening. This is not a lobby game. You cannot go to DraftKings and then look for Smiz Gang Listener League in the lobby. You won't find it. The only way to get there is to watch these videos and know that you need to go through smizzle.tv/links. That link is in 2 places on this video. Go down below to the pinned comment and it exists there. Go down below to the description, click show more. It exists in there. 2 easy ways for you to find it, or just bookmark smizzle.tv/links. And while you're there, click everything else and follow everything else that I do. Make sure that you get in there though. We got to fill it, and it's filled early. The last couple of weeks, it's still tracking to fill sometime like Saturday afternoon. It will not be there around lineup lock, so reserve your entries now. The first running back is the guy that we had on the cover, James Robinson from the Jacksonville Jaguars. Like, there were signs as soon as he was not on the physically unable to perform list on IR through the beginning of preseason that he was still going to be the guy for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Was being massively underdrafted, and now he gets as good a spot as we can find. We are going to be streaming running backs against the Houston Texans as long as we want this season. They're the same defense against the run in 2022 as they were in 2021. So the easiest way to go about things is we're just going to play running backs against Houston. They allow the most yards before first contact against opposing running backs. They were bad at it last year, still bad at it this year. And anytime you let NFL backs get 2, 3, 4 yards past the line of scrimmage before they get a hand on them, they're going to give up big gains as well. We've seen that still. James Robinson, kudos to him for coming back from that Achilles injury. A 50-yard gain in week 3, a 37-yard gain in week 2, 22-yard gain in week 1. They have shown, or he has shown, that he still has that big playability in him as a part of his game. Achilles injury has been such a killer for so long. Now, yeah, it was a bad game against Philly, but like, Philly's the outlier. That's a really good defense, maybe the best defense in the league, and it was like a muddy track, right? Maybe James Robinson's just not a mutter. His mutter was a mutter, but he's not a mutter. But now he gets to play at home against Houston. Big favorites in this one. Like, what's the spread? Are they 6-point favorites? They're 7.5-point favorites. The Jaguars, the Jacksonville Jaguars, 7.5-point favorites. James Robinson does have some usage in pass game, will get all of their inside the 5 carries. If they get up at all, they're going to pound it with him. They might be up because of how inefficient Houston is at stopping opposing running backs, which puts James Robinson in a fantastic spot at only 6,300. The next back is going to be Dalvin Cook, 7,300. Like, this seems like a bargain price, right? For Dalvin Cook and what he is. Yeah, he dealt with that shoulder injury in week 3, and we thought that he was going to miss some time, and like everybody was going to be on Alexander Madison, but then he's like, nah, I'm good. We're fine. I'm fine. Fine. came back in London, ran the ball 20 more times, caught 2 balls. The 20 touch expectation is there just like it always is. He only has 1 touchdown on the year, but that seems like it's going to change. He had a rushing touchdown taken away from him on an inside the 5 carry from Justin Jefferson this week. Madison stole a touchdown on a pass. Like, all signs are pointing to this Vikings offense being extremely good, except for, oh look, the one game that they played against Philadelphia. Philadelphia is the outlier. They're the Russian judge of defenses. Just take their score out of the mix when you're box score watching or game log watching. 28 points, 28 points, 23 points. If this offense continues to cook, and at home, they do project like they are going to 6.5 point favorites, a total of only 42.5 in this game, but a team total above 24. Really, that's the magic number. Point expectations tend to go up for quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers when their team has an implied team total above 24, as opposed to those when their team total is below 24. Shocking, I know, that these Vegas team totals can affect expectations on fantasy scoring, but that's what it is. And 24 is the exact magic number where we start to see that separation up and down. So Dalvin Cook at 7,300. Price has come down from 8,000, 7,900 in week 1 and 2, 7,900 in week 3, 7,600 in week 4, and now down to 7,300. We're getting a discount for an at-home and favored running back. Why? I don't know why. Because he hasn't scored touchdowns? Touchdowns are extremely variant. Like, you can't count on touchdowns. It's not a thing that you can hang your hat on. It's why we dislike touchdown-dependent running backs. Dalvin Cook gives us an opportunity at a mid-teen score on volume alone. If he tops 100 yards, that's 13 points right there. If he catches 2 balls, that's 15 points right there. If he wanders into the end zone, we're talking mid-20s for 7,300. Really like Dalvin Cook this week against Chicago. Alvin Kamara is a riddle wrapped, it's an enigma wrapped in a riddle, shrouded in mystery. Like, he missed last week's game, and for those of us who live on the best coast, the West Coast, that game being in London, it didn't affect me, but like, I get it, because inactives come out 90 minutes before the game. There was no clue given that he was going to miss this game. And then at like 4 in the morning, like, he's out. Okay, even if you're on the East Coast, that's 7 a.m. So it's not like everybody got this one. Really difficult situation, just exactly where it went kind of sideways on people. But if those ribs are healthy enough for him to play, we have one of the 2 best spots to be in for an entire team. Alvin Kamara playing at home and favored in this spot, 5.5 point favorites, a team total of 25.5 here against Seattle, who does nothing if they don't give up tons of points to opposing running backs. Alvin Kamara should eat in this game if he is healthy. If he's not there, like, he's only 6,600. We know what he does in the passing game. 11 targets in 2 games that he has played so far this year. We need him to be healthy, because like, the alternative in this game is like Mark Ingram. And like, look, if Mark Ingram's the starter because we get early news on Friday or something that Alvin Kamara is not going to play this week, like, sure, I'll play Mark Ingram, but I'm not going to be happy about it. I'll probably just go to the passing game is what I'll do. Like, we're not going to be thrilled about playing Mark Ingram in the case that Alvin Kamara misses, but like, we're going to play him, right? Like, we're just going to play him. We're going to vomit and we're going to play him. Like, that's about where we are. Now, here's the really big discussion, okay? And I refuse to pick sides. You can't make me. I'm not going to do it. Everybody's going to pick a side on this argument this week. Do you like Ramone Stevenson or do you like Damien Harris? And I'm going to tell you this much. I don't know. That's really the crux of the issue. Detroit has been terrible, right? They've been good, but they've been terrible. Like, I really like Detroit. I think that's a team on the way up. Like, and they've been scoring a lot of points, and that's good, and we like that. They've also given up the most points in the league, and that's bad. But for daily fantasy, we like that. That's a good thing. We want to attack Detroit pretty much all the time. That's what we want to do. But I don't know if we should be doing it with Damien Harris or if we should be doing it with Ramone Stevenson. And here's why. Source literally myself. Ramone Stevenson has played 55.2% of the running back snaps for the Patriots in week 4. He got 48.6% of the team's running backs touches. Damien Harris played 44.8% of the snaps, but he got 51.4% of the touches. To make it even worse, Ramone Stevenson, in the absence of Ty Montgomery, has taken over the majority of the pass game work. 5 targets in each of the last 2 games. We like targets. those are good. Targets are worth more than carries, right? So that's fantastic. He's got an expectation of just around 20 opportunities in this spot. They are at home. They are favored. But also, on the other side of that, Damien Harris has been the one that's gotten all the inside the 5 carries. This sucks. I don't know any other way to put it. So like, and to complicate matters, it's not like one of them is like 7,000, the other one's 5,500. We can play the one or the other. Harris is 5,600. Stevenson is 5,500. I don't want to play both. I'll probably have shares of both in tournaments, but like, imagine having to pick a side here and saying it's definitely Ramondre Stevenson or it's definitely Damien Harris. It is most certainly not definitely either one of these two cats. They're both very talented. They've both been very efficient with what they do. Stevenson ran 13 routes last week in week 4 versus 7 for Damien Harris. It's not like Harris has been the not involved in the passing game at all role. He's gotten 4 targets in the last 2 weeks too. I lean towards Stevenson, and that is possibly because of my biases during the offseason drafting a ton of Ramondre Stevenson. I think he is a tremendous player who has big playability that Damien Harris can get to, but really hasn't unlocked except and unless he breaks a ton of tackles. He requires that in order to do it. I think that Harris has the touchdown or more touchdown upside than Stevenson, but Stevenson has the higher floor because of double the pass game work from Damien Harris. I really hope that that analysis helped you, even though I'm sure it did not help you make a decision between the two because I refuse to take sides. Both are in play this week, but when you pick one or the other, prepare yourself to be frustrated when you have Harris and Stevenson trots in on a 12-yard touchdown pass on a screenplay, or if you have Stevenson that Harris gets the 1-yard plunge after Stevenson has 3 or 4 great plays to get them inside the 5. It is what it is. That's where we are. It sucks. Devin Singletary does not suck. He has wrestled this job completely away from Moss and the rookie Cook, who was being massively overdrafted all summer. Salary's only $6,100 on a team that has the highest team total on the week in the Bills. The last 2 weeks, he has played over 80% of the snaps and gotten over 80% of the touches in this Bills offense. 16 targets in 2 games. Temper that a little bit because in week 3 against Miami, they ran like 90 plays. So like, this is going to be your outlier that we have to bring that down a little bit, but like 5 targets a game in this offense is very, 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 very good. The Bills do expect to score 30 or more points this week. They do not have a banger of a running back, somebody that they can just give the ball to 20 times on the ground, but we don't want that. We would prefer 12 to 13 carries for Devin Singletary in the highest pass rate over expectation offense in the league, and between 4 and 7 targets against the Steelers defense that is going to struggle to stop Buffalo on the ground. He is just pushing that 20 touch expectation because of how much they are favored. I expect a few more carries for Singletary this week, but the same amount of pass game usage as he's seen the last 2 weeks. And again, bring this down to like a normal 6 or 7 targets from this 11 because of the sheer number of plays that they ran in week 3 against Miami. Singletary at 6,100 is going to be a solid play and has never really garnered that much percentage in tournaments because people look for other routes to go because he's just not the guy that projects to get like 20 carries. I would prefer a running back with heightened touchdown expectation in tournaments who also has usage in the passing game to give me that floor on a very, very good offense. And Devin Singletary checks all those boxes. So thank you guys for watching. Look out for another video right there.
He's a legend.